Boosh! Hi guys, I'm Paul from Urban Constrictors. So first of all, I want to apologise for the lack of videos. I know I said I'd do them a little bit more frequently, but one thing led to another. I've been stacked out with work and it just hasn't happened like I planned. But before I talk about the clutch I'm about to cut, I want to just touch base on a few things. Firstly, a lot of people's asking if I've started the new Urban Constrictors building. I haven't. Nothing has happened as of yet, and that's because today I found out I do need planning permission. So I'm going to put the application in tomorrow. I'm going to do all the drawings and everything, all the plans, and hopefully in about 8 weeks, but because we've got Christmas in between, it's probably going to be about 10 to 12 weeks time, I'll have an update. So for all those of you who's asking, how's it going, how's the building going, it hasn't started. That's why there's been no posts, no videos on it. As soon as I start it, if I get planning permission, which I should, if I get it granted, as soon as I start it, I'll do step-by-step video. I'm going to take you guys along every step of the way, every mistake we make, every aspect of the building, why I've done it, why I've designed it in this way. I planned underfloor heat and everything, but then this building's got underfloor heating. I have it turned off because this lot heats this room enough. So I've kind of taken the underfloor heating off. I think I wanted that just so when I'm walking around with no trainers on, when I'm just in my socks, it's just nice to the feel, because I have underfloor heating in my house. It is nice, but in my reptile room I don't really need it. So anyway, I'll take you through the whole journey. I'm gonna be doing a lot of YouTube videos soon. I know I've said that a few times and I know I've dropped the ball, but basically 2017 was a really tough year for me, and 2018 was just like the basically healing period, because I suffered so badly with depression and stuff in 2017. Anyway, work's been so incredibly chocker. It's been so full on, but I've got a really good team now, a really good team behind me, and I'm basically taking a back step from my day job, and I'm going to build Urban Constrictors, and I'm going to build its profile and build it up and build my collection and do what I love. This room gives me a sense of calm, and I want to basically spend more time in Urban and build it up because I really love it. I really enjoy doing it, and I want to make more time for the people that constantly message me for help and advice. And quite often my messages are a little bit short, not short as in rude, but just, you know, just 1 or 2 sentences, because I'm so incredibly busy. I want to help more of you, so I'm going to set more time aside, and I'm going to invite people to come to the new Urban building and basically make Urban not just for me, for anyone who wants to be a part of it. So that's really exciting. Wish me luck on getting planning permission. Fingers crossed I get it, and then, like I say, when I start it, I'll take you every step. I'll take you through every step of the way. This is my last clutch of the season, so it is really, really sad. So once these have left the egg and they're out of the incubator, that will be my incubator turned off for the season. I have started thinking about pairings. I'm going to do my plans over the next week or 2, but I haven't started pairing any snakes up yet. So as of yet, nothing set in stone, but I am really, really excited for the 2019 season. I just want to thank everyone that's been a customer, been a part of my 2018 season. I've sold some amazing snakes, incredibly expensive snakes. My most expensive to date, £4,000. Really, really incredible to hatch a snake of that value, sell it without issues. Really, really enjoyed this season, because I've been getting people into the clown projects that have wanted to get into it but haven't found a way of getting into it as of yet. So I'm seeing that fire light under their ass about the clown, so that's really nice. The shows was really good, really positive. Loads of good feedback and loads of custom from the days following the show, so that was brilliant. So yeah, so the 2018 season is now wrapping up, but I'm gonna do a video soon of all my holdbacks. I'm gonna talk about why I held them back. I've hatched some incredible snakes that I am letting go because they're males and I don't particularly need them, and it's kind of it's kind of gutting to see them ones leave my care. But anyway, it is what it is, and if I don't have a use for them, there's no real sense in keeping them. So this clutch is the Batman clutch. It's a pastel spot nose clown to a pastel leopard clown. So the worst thing we can hatch is a clown, so that's good. But the best thing the best thing for me we can hatch is a straight Batman, but the best thing we can hatch for genetics is a super pastel Batman clown. But to be quite honest with you, for me, I'd prefer to hit the straight Batman clown just because it looks incredibly beautiful, and I want to hold it back. It wouldn't matter if it's male or female if I hatch a straight one. If I don't hatch a straight one, then the next best thing will be either a pastel Batman or a super pastel Batman. It'd be nice to hatch all three, to be quite honest with you. But just for me, I'd like to hatch the Batman. If I don't, I may repeat the breeding, because I do want to have one of them in my collection. I don't just aim to hatch the most expensive or the most desirable. I want to hatch certain snakes just for me. So if I don't hit the Batman, which I maybe won't, because the chances are, statistically, the chances are I won't hit one. But if I don't, I'll probably repeat that breeding this season. I may do, we'll see. To obviously hatch the Batman. But if I hatch a pastel Batman or super pastel Batman, that'll be absolutely fantastic. So we'll take a look at this clutch now, and yeah, wish me luck. Cheers guys. Boosh. So yeah, let's take a close look at this clutch now. So I would have liked to let more pip, but with this being my most anticipated clutch of the year, I'm quite eager to get them started. And I've got a pretty busy day tomorrow, so I'm going to just go ahead and cut these now. So we can see that this is at least a pastel clown. This shell is absolutely wafer thin. I'm just going to free its head up. I'll tear this rather than get too close to the back of its head. So that to me looks like a beautiful pastel clown. Actually looks like a really nice one. Yeah, that is wow. So it's not a pastel leopard, it's not a pastel spot nose, I don't think. Yeah, it's a really, really beautiful pastel clown. Looking forward to seeing that one out. So obviously hoping I hit a Batman. If I hit a Batman, I don't really mind if it's male or female. I guess a male would be more useful, but I don't mind either or. So that one to me, I was going to say it looks like a pastel leopard. Yeah, I think that's a pastel leopard clown. So let's take a look at this one. You can see these eggs have sunk right in, and you just by the feel of them you can tell these babies are ready, because these eggs are so incredibly paper thin. Well, that's definitely a super pastel. That one's either, I think that's a super pastel leopard. Nice. There's not much fluid in the egg because taking it all on, but there's quite a few veins, so I don't really want to split it wide open. Like I said before, I do want to hit just a straight Batman, so leopard spot nose clown. I don't mind if the pastel's not in it. I'm actually hoping the pastel's not in it, just because on this combination, from what I've seen, obviously I've never seen them in the flesh, but from what I've seen, I do prefer it without pastel. Sometimes adding more genes doesn't actually make a better visual snake. It makes a better snake to breed, because obviously in most cases more genes are better, but I would like to hit just the straight Batman. So that's a straight clown. That's obviously the lowest thing we can hatch. And I did start with 7 eggs, but after about I think it was about 2 weeks, I lost an egg during incubation. It just went mouldy. I kind of left it in for ages, hoping that it'd go full term, because I've seen, not so much mine, but I've seen some pretty bad eggs hatch. I will one day probably come across it myself, but I've seen some bad eggs hatch, so I was kind of holding out, hoping it would hatch. Hoping it would hatch. Wow, that is just, I think that's just a pastel leopard clown, but that is incredible. If I didn't know any better, I'd say that had fire in it, but it can't have. Wow, that is absolutely phenomenal. So maybe that isn't. Maybe that's a pastel Batman, because look at the difference. Maybe that is a pastel Batman. I kind of want to say it is. When I saw it, I did think it was Batman because of its lighter colour, but I didn't want to be bold and say it was, just in case I was wrong. But going back to this egg, it does to me look like a pastel Batman, because the spot nose creates more of this sort of titanium colour, and it almost pixelates the dorsal slightly, and that colour looks slightly muted like spot nose does in some combinations. So I may have hit a pastel spot nose clown, but weirdly I'm kind of more excited about that, because that is smoking hot. Anyway, last egg. I really do hope I hit it. Let's see. Oh, what's it gonna be? I don't know. I think it's a straight clown. It does actually look a nice one, whatever it is. Yeah, I think it's a straight clown. That's too hard to tell. Yeah, I think it is a straight clown. It is a nice one. It's way nicer than that, but I don't think it's... Oh, could it be? His head's coming out. Oh, I don't know. That's frustrating. So with this pippin, I can obviously do a slightly bigger cut. I actually think this is a super now I'm looking at it. Yeah, that's either a beautiful killer clown, a really nice killer clown, or it could actually be a killer spot nose. I'll have to take a better look at its head. Yeah, that's definitely a spot nose. Well, 99% sure. Oh, do you know? Right, that's a straight clown. It does look Batman-y, but I'll have to check. I'll have to look at some pictures and Justin's videos on the Batmans, just to see. I don't want to stress it out too much. That looks phenomenal. If that's a female, that'll be kept. If that's a Batman, it'll be kept, whatever. If that's a female, I'll keep that. If that's not a Batman, and this one is, which I think it is a pastel Batman, I'll keep that. So, sorry, sorry, like always, it was kind of all over the place. A lot of unsurety. Now, this is why a lot of breeders do not do cutting videos, because it's very hard to identify a snake in the egg. But people enjoy watching them. I guess some people like seeing and hearing my reaction. Yeah, a lot of veins, so I'm not going to mess with it. My hands are clean, so I can put them on the inside, just straighten these lids out. Now back into the incubator, leave these well and truly alone, let them come out when they're ready. This one will be out probably tonight or maybe tomorrow morning. So if you like the video, guys, give it a thumbs up, please. If you didn't like the video, give it 2 thumbs down. I'll do an update video. Let me know what you think. Hey guys, so we'll take a closer look at each baby now. So first of all is a straight clown. This one is a male, so this one will be up for sale when it's ready. Pretty typical clown, nice head stamp. About quite a busy clown, but that's quite good because now people are going towards stacking so much pattern onto clowns. So a few years ago I'd be looking for a full stripe and quite reduced. Now I just look for the full stripe and I don't mind how reduced they are. But yeah, so that's the first one, a clown. I am noticing with the deeper, darker morphs, this grey background does kind of dull them out slightly. So taking my hands away, you can see slightly darkens it when my hands come in. But anyway, so yeah, so that's the first one, a clown. Like I said, this one's a male and it will be up for sale. So next up, just bear with me. So next up is, I'm a little bit unsure about this one. It's either a really, really nice killer clown, so that's a super pastel clown, or a killer spot nose. The spot nose in killer clowns is a bit of a head scratcher because I've hatched some with incredible variations. If you follow the channel, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But either way, this is very nice. One single break in a pattern. If that was connected, the pattern would go from the head right to the tip of the tail. So this is a very, very nice one. Now in killer clowns you typically get a lot of broken pattern. I certainly have seen a lot with broken patterns, and I've certainly hatched ones with broken patterns. So to get one with that much of a unbroken dorsal stripe is pretty cool. So this one, male or female, will be up for sale. This is a female, so at worst it's a killer clown, at best it's a killer spot nose clown. So next up is this truly amazing leopard clown. Believe it or not, this is the first leopard clown, so just a 2 combination snake, leopard clown and Nova combos or morphs in it. This is the first straight leopard clown I've ever hatched. If this was a girl, I'd keep it. Unfortunately, it's a boy, so I've got no use for him. But he's just amazing. Really, really deep orange. Slightly more brown on the, just coming from the dorsal, but very, very rich golden oranges down the side. And beautiful leopard markings with the sort of reddy orange tones in the teardrops. Gorgeous head. Now I've seen some leopard clowns with not very pronounced like leopard head markings, head stamps, whatever you want to call them, but this one's particularly nice. Completely full stripe. The stripe starts on both sides, and interestingly it smudges out there, which is quite common excuse me, quite common of the leopard clown from the research I've done, because I was scratching my head thinking, is this a Batman at first? I thought, no, it doesn't have that Batman head stamp. And when I was cutting the eggs, I completely forgot about just the leopard clown combination being in the mix. So that's why excuse me, that's why I was going from one end of the spectrum to the other, thinking, is it a straight clown or is it a Batman clown? I completely forgot about the leopard clown. So I believe this will sell instantly. Just an amazing snake. Really pleased to hatch one of them fine. I'm just going to put them down and take my hands away just so you can see the colours a little bit better. I hope that's picking them up. So yeah, even though this isn't the jewel of the clutch, really impressed with this one. So next up, and this one has only just come out of the egg excuse me, this truly spectacular, sorry, the focus is just playing, not just focus on, this truly spectacular
pastel leopard clown. Now, I've hatched a lot of pastel leopard clowns and other combos, and this one is just amazing. So, and it's a female, so I will hang on to this one. Really, really amazing female. Just the pattern. She's got a bit of a button left on the umbilicus, so I'm going to handle her as little as possible. But we've got these amazing teardrops down the side. It's beautiful head marking. Once again, completely unbroken pattern. This line breeding the clowns and keeping the quality there is really showing through. It's nice. Sorry guys, I was coughing my head off. I had to stop the video for a second. Yeah, I'm a little bit concerned about this little girl because she's quite small, a little bit weaker than the rest, but I think she'll do just fine. She's just stunning though. So next up, and you'll see the size difference from the last one, is the pastel Batman. So really pleased to hit a Batman. I do wish it didn't have pastel in, because I wanted just to hatch the straight Batman because I think it's a bit more visually pleasing. But this isn't a bad second prize by any means. Really pleased to have this snake. Now, male or female, it will be staying with me. I'm just going to sex it 'cause I can't remember. I didn't do that very well, so I'm just going to try that again. Yeah, it's a female, so that's good. So this will go into my holdback rack. Really cool pattern. I love how busy it is. Now, what's interesting, when you add the pastel to the Batman, you're getting less of the sort of orange tones, because if you kind of put these two side by side, you'll see just how orange this one is. So yeah, really pleased. Excuse me, sorry guys, I've got something stuck in my throat. It's giving me some jip as I'm talking. So yeah, really pleased to hit the Batman clown. Like I says, this one will be staying here for future breeding. Really nice full dorsal stripe, really busy head, pretty cool. And then I'm going to leave this one out while I get the next one out, and you'll understand why in a second. So last up is what I believe to be, but I have to say believe to be because I'm going to have to wait till this shed, is the killer Batman. I wasn't aiming to hit this. I was aiming to hit the straight Batman, but now I have. It's just crazy. It is just amazing. It is lavender. So the reason I don't believe this is the killer leopard. It's clearly got leopard in, but the reason I don't believe it's a killer leopard is because I'll show you a killer leopard clown now. Bear with me. So here's a killer leopard, and this one's sold. This male is just spectacular, and he's going into shed. So when he sheds, he is just crazy. So we're seeing very similar head markings, but this one is very typical leopard sort of pattern, whereas this one is very, very similar to that one. So what you've got with the leopard is these like leopardy speckles going down the teardrops. You do have some bordering, but this male is gorgeous. I haven't showed this clutch off yet, but I need to. So this male is truly spectacular and sold. So this one, I don't think that male turned out this colour, so I do think this is a killer leopard. And when you look at them side by side, they just look, I'll just take my hands away because the focus is playing up. They look identical in pattern, just the colour is completely different. So I do think this is the killer. Once again, sorry about coughing guys. So I do think this is the super pastel Batman, but obviously time will tell. So as always, we'll get them all out. So I'm just having to pat them dry because they haven't had the first shed. I'm keeping them obviously quite dry a little bit. So we'll get them all together so you can have a good look at them all. This background has held up pretty well. It's had so many hatchlings, damp hatchlings on it, and it is held up pretty well, so I'm quite pleased about that. Tiny investment for a backdrop for urban videos. So I don't want them overlapping, I want them all clean and clear. So check that out. Pretty pleased with that. Well, I'm extremely pleased with that clutch. Some real diversity in colours. So you got from the typical clown to the very golden leopard. Then you take it to the sort of like more yellows, to the yellowy oranges, back to a lighter yellow. Not the best colour, I will admit. This is way nicer than that visually, but this is obviously a powerhouse. And then to the lavender. Now these particular colours, babies, when they start off this colour, typically end up being truly amazing. So really pleased to hatch this clutch. I'm glad I've finally got my Batman and oh, did I sex this one? Can't remember if it's male or female. I'll probably keep it. It's a male, so I'll probably keep the two Batman, and then everything else. I'll probably keep this one actually. So yeah, I'll see. I think this one will be going to Melissa. She'll be really excited to get that because he is just stunning. So yeah, I hope you like them, guys. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. And if you didn't like a video, give it 2 thumbs down. As soon as these shed, I'll do an update and we'll have a closer look at each one. And then I'm going to do a haulback video, so I'm going to show you my 2018 haulbacks. That should be a fun video. What I've decided to do is film it in sections so I don't feature any that are in shed, and then I'll stitch the video together at the very end and hopefully make quite a nice video for you all to see. A lot of clown combinations. I had more clown clutches than any other clutch in the 2018 season. I'm looking forward to the 2019 season, and the new urban Constrictors hopefully will be starting in January if I can gather up enough money to get it started. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to taking you guys on that step-by-step walkthrough of building my new facility. Once again, guys, please give it a thumbs up, drop a comment in the comments box if you want. I hope you have an awesome day, and I'll talk to you soon. Cheers.